Good afternoon and welcome to the Gaelic Grounds in Limerick. It's the Live 95 FM sponsored County Senior Hurling Championship final for 2006 between the raging hot favourites Patrickswell and the massive underdogs Bruree. Both sides line out as per the programme. We'll run down through the Patrickswell team firstly. In goals is Brian Murray. It's Ross Binnis, Michael Foley and Pat Earls making up the full back line, with Paul O'Reilly, Kieran Carey and Paul Carey in the half back line. Owen Foley and Paul O'Grady at midfield, with William O'Dea, John McDermott and Timmy Sheehan making up the half forward line for Patrickswell. Edward O'Grady, Declan O'Grady and Barry Foley captains the side from corner forward for Patrickswell, and a very, very strong side, Patrickswell 1-15. The Bruree team, well, they come in here as massive underdogs this afternoon into the Gaelic Grounds, looking for their first championship win since 1893. The last appearance that Bruree had in the county final was way back in 1996, 10 years ago this year. Daniel Lane begins in goals. Kieran O'Rourke, John O'Brien and John Paul Murphy make up the full back line. Desi Linehan, Stephen McDonough captains the side at centre back, and Shane Milan wears number 7. James Charles O'Brien is in at midfield with Emmett Morrissey, James Vincent O'Brien in the half forward line, Gerard O'Brien and Brendan Hogan in the half forward line, with Tommy O'Brien, Stephen O'Halloran and Michael Lane making up the inside forward line for Bruree. Patrickswell, raging hot favourites, have won the toss with Barry Foley the captain. The coin toss took place with referee Dennis Richardson out in the middle of the park. Barry Foley won the toss and has opted to play against the breeze here in the Gaelic Grounds in the opening half. That means they'll be defending the goal away to our left hand side. That's the Innis Road goal, and attacking the City goal away to our right hand side. We're all waiting for what will hopefully be a cracking County Senior Hurling Championship final. Bruree versus Patrickswell. It's just moments away, and we're looking forward to that game. Bruree against Patrickswell gets underway with a 3:30 start. So a couple of minutes before the pipe band from Anglesborough will have the two teams lining up behind them, and we'll be ready for the county final for 2006. And now here in the Gaelic grounds, the formalities are almost over. But first, Shasagi Connor on the bean. A huge crowd here in the Gaelic grounds in Limerick for the County Senior Hurling Final for 2006, and it brings Bruree, a much unfancied team by many, here to the Gaelic grounds to take on the heavily backed Patrickswell. Raging hot favourites, 4-1 on Patrickswell, 6-1 against Bruree in many bookmakers throughout the county, throughout the week. And referee Dennis Richardson is just making sure everybody is in place. And very shortly, the County Senior Hurling Championship Final for 2006 will get underway beneath us in the Gaelic grounds in Limerick. Dennis Richardson just checks with linesman Mike Mead down this near side, and Jason O'Mahony across on the far side. And the 2006 Limerick's Live 95 FM Senior Hurling Championship Final is underway, and Bruree look to win it straight away out around the middle of the park. They have it, and down this near side, but it's well won back by William O'Dea for Patrickswell. Strikes it long towards the opposite 45. Brilliantly won by Edward Geary. Geary was fouled in there. The referee has awarded a free. It's going in favour of Patrickswell. It's 45 yards out from goal, and Edward Geary was fouled, and it's going to be Barry Foley who's going to come across and take this free for Patrickswell, the captain for the Well. Down this near side of the field, 45 yards out from goal, pretty much level with the right hand upright as we look at it from high in the Mick Mackey stand. It's Barry Foley, picks it and strikes it, but strikes it to the left hand side and wide. And the Bruree supporters, who are here in their large numbers, just getting behind their side from that. But Barry Foley, you would have expected Barry Foley to do a lot better with that one. He sent it left and wide. Signs of nerves perhaps. Daniel Lane with the goal puck out for Bruree. Wind assisted. Kieran Carey goes up, wins possession of it for Patrickswell, takes it towards the 65, off towards Paul O'Grady, and O'Grady launches this one long inside. The goalkeeper Daniel Lane comes, shepherds it, doesn't go out of play. Chance here for Patrickswell. It's Barry Foley across on the far side. The shot, it goes in. It's well blocked down and cleared out towards the centre of the field, past the centre of the field towards the 45. Bruree have it. First chance for Bruree. There with it is Tommy O'Brien. Strikes it in, drops in the edge of the 21. It's Stephen O'Halloran. O'Halloran's shot is in and over the crossbar. A point for Bruree. The opening score of the game goes to the underdogs Bruree in their first attack, and that is a point for Bruree. And a little bit of off the ball incident happening here down this near side. William O'Dea and his man just getting to know each other, but the first score goes to the underdogs Bruree. Ger Downs is here in the commentary box with me. Ger, just the start Bruree would have wanted.
Exactly, brilliant score from Stephen O'Halloran, and I think he was going for the top corner. A great way to start the game, and the miss from Barry Foley will definitely suit Bruree as well. Just signs of early nerves there, but they started the better.
Patrickswell win possession of it from the puck out, and they have it in their own full back line. It's Michael Foley that has been fouled, and the referee has awarded a free. It's going in favour of Patrickswell, just shy of the 45 yard line, and it's Brian Murray, the Limerick and Patrickswell goalkeeper, who's coming out to take this free across on the far side, about 10 maybe 15 yards in from that far sideline. The uncovered stand, heavily populated, and the Mick Mackey beneath us, very heavily populated as well. Brian Murray takes the free, sends it long towards the opposite 45-yard line. Up goes the hand. It was Edward Geary looking to win it, didn't win it, and instead it's Bruree who come away with it down the centre of the park. Kieran Carey does well, but loses possession of it. Bruree have conceded a free. Gerard O'Brien was going through. There was a third man tackle, says referee Dennis Richardson. He's awarded a free. The free is for Patrickswell. It's right on halfway across on the far side, and Barry Foley is going to fancy his chances here for this one. He's on the halfway line, as I say, pretty much across on the far, might be in line with the left hand upright as we watch it here. And Barry Foley, the captain, one free sent to the left and wide already. He'll be hoping for better return this time. Foley picks it, strikes it, looks good from where we are, has the distance and the accuracy right between the posts, and Barry Foley has levelled the sides, a point apiece. 3.5 minutes of the opening half played as the sunshine comes out here in the Gaelic grounds in Limerick. The goal puck out going to come from Daniel Lane, but I suppose Barry Foley missed the first free. He'll be happy to slot that one over.
He will indeed, but the breeze is going to play a big factor in this game. Bruree are playing with it in this opening half, and even in the first game it was a massive factor.
Gerard O'Brien wins possession of the puck out. It's in, it's over the crossbar. That's a very good score from Gerard O'Brien. He got it maybe 21 yards out from goal at an angle across on the far side. The centre forward for Bruree struck that one in and over, and Bruree have shown they're not here to make up the numbers. They've started well. Brian Murray with his second goal puck out of the afternoon. Bruree leading 2 points to 1. 4 minutes and 20 seconds played. The goal puck out is sent long, but Bruree win possession of it around the 65-yard line. It was Gerard O'Brien, the point scorer, that loses possession of it, and off now towards Paul Carey, far side of the field for the well, towards the 65. Across on the far side, it's Paul O'Grady who has it, takes it past the 65, forward towards the 45. Still going, Paul Carey has support across from Barry Foley. Foley flicks the ball down. The referee spotted a foul. Barry Foley was tackled rather heavily there by the Bruree man, and the referee Dennis Richardson speaking to Kieran O'Rourke as well, the Bruree cornerback, and just having a word with him, and just a tick for Kieran O'Rourke, nothing of no card of any colour, and referee has awarded a free for Barry Foley, and I'm sure he'll take it himself. Will Barry Foley across on the far side, about 25 yards out, maybe 15 in from the far uncovered stand as we look at it here. And Barry Foley then lines this one up. Bruree leading Patrickswell 2 points to 1. Barry Foley picks it and strikes it in. It looks good. It's over the crossbar. No mistake about that one. And Barry Foley, after missing that first one, has certainly put that to the back of his head and has got 2 points for Patrickswell. He's second of the afternoon. 2 to the well, 2 to Bruree. The goal puck out from Daniel Lane. Away to our right hand side. Strikes it long. Drop right in front of us here in our commentary box. Brendan Hogan tried to win it for Bruree. Comes out near side of the field. Hogan wins it. Second time of asking. 45 yards out. Strikes it in. Dropping in. Brian Murray comes out. Does well. Under the dropping ball on the 21-yard line. Strikes it long towards the opposite 45. Up go the hands. Who wins it? Barry Foley is the answer to that. Takes it towards the 21. But Bruree back there. Steve McDonough, the veteran for Bruree and captain, strikes it down this near side. Looking to win possession of it at Bruree. They have it near side of the field with the corner forward. That was Michael Lane. Strikes it across on the far side towards Tommy O'Brien. 21 yards out. Turns, strikes. Well blocked down. Brilliant block down by Pat Earls across on the far side of the field. Under a bit of pressure, Bruree. They can't quite win it. And instead it's Paul Carey taking it for Patrickswell towards the 45. Looked to be tripped. Dennis Richardson says he was. The free is going in favour of Patrickswell down the far side of the field. 45 yards from their own goal. A lively start so far, and Brian Murray going to take this free. 2 points apiece. Ger, it's been a very lively start.
It's been a very lively start, and Stevie McDonough is playing the clever game today. He's just mopping back around the 45-yard line. Any loose ball, he's hitting it straight down. But Daniel Lane seems to be coming way out the field and isolating the full forward Stephen O'Halloran and the corner forward Gerard O'Brien over the far side and giving them space to run.
Brian Murray with the goal, with the free down the far side. Steve McDonough back there to win it for Bruree. Bruree on the 13-yard line, strikes it long towards the 65. It's well won though by Bruree, and there with it is James C. O'Brien, and O'Brien dispossessed, and Patrickswell have it now on this near side. It's Owen Foley who has it on the 65, turns and strikes this one in. It's dropping in around the edge of the square. It breaks dangerously, chance of a goal. It's in, it's over the crossbar. It's a point for Patrickswell, and that one went in from John McDermott, the centre forward, getting that one. Well, it broke towards him. He took a snapshot. It could have easily got into the back of the net, but it sailed over the crossbar. 3 points to 2, and Patrickswell have the lead for the first time in the game. The goal puck out from Daniel Lane down this near side of the field. Looking to win it is Owen Foley for the well. Dispossessed, and Emmett Morrissey does well for Bruree. Midway between the 45 and the 65. Across on the far side towards Tommy O'Brien. 45 yards out from goal. Far uncovered stand side. Does well to get past the Patrickswell man. Takes it on Paul Carey. Lays the ball back now towards James Vincent O'Brien. Midway between the 21 and the 45 under pressure. James Vincent was fouled. The referee awards a free. The foul by Kieran Carey, and it's going to be a free for Bruree across on the far side of the field, midway between the 21 and the 45. And the linesman over there, Jason O'Mahony, just indicates where the free is to be taken from, and it's Stephen O'Halloran who's going to take this free, and a chance for Bruree to level up the scoreline. 3 points to 2. Patrickswell lead Bruree. Early stages in the county hurling final. 8 minutes 45 seconds gone. The free from Stephen O'Halloran is high, and it's over the crossbar. The sides are level again. 3 points apiece. 3 to Bruree, 3 to Patrickswell, and play will resume with a goal puck out from Brian Murray away to our left hand side. As we look at it from high in the Mick stand, Brian Murray, of course, Limerick and Patrickswell goalkeeper, a veteran goalkeeper, even though he's still at a young age. Brian Murray with the goal puck out, sends it down this near side of the field. It'll drop midway between the 45 and the 65. Well won by William O'Dea. Turns and strikes it in, but strikes it right and wide. Another wide for Patrickswell there. The side still level, 3 points apiece. Just a little bit of pushing and shoving around the middle of the park, none too serious. And referee Mike Mead and Dennis Richardson in there very, very quickly indeed. And Dennis Richardson just tells Paul O'Reilly to go back and take his place on the field of play. There's a little bit of hugging going on in there, and Dennis Richardson is not too pleased about that. He's just indicating there that speaking now to his linesman Mike Mead, and Dennis Richardson wants to speak to Brendan Hogan is one, and the other one, I think it might be Owen Foley that he wants to have a word with. It is Owen Foley and Brendan Hogan that Dennis Richardson speaking to. Nothing any real seriousness, just a yellow card for Owen Foley, and maybe a yellow card as well for Bruree's Brendan Hogan. We'll confirm that in a moment, but certainly one for Owen Foley and Brendan Hogan as well, getting a yellow card apiece.
I'd say Liam, he just got the yellow card just for Brendan Hogan. I don't think that Owen Foley got the yellow card that time. We'll confirm it.
The goal puck out, sent down the far side of the field. It's well won by Bruree, and there with it is Gerard O'Brien. Strikes it towards the 21. It's the man that's just been booked, Brendan Hogan. Lays it back towards James Vincent O'Brien. The shot goes in. It's to the right and wide. A lot of Bruree supporters beneath us thought that one was over the crossbar. It just trailed to the right hand side and wide for Bruree's first wide of the afternoon. Sides deadlocked, 3 points apiece in what so far has been a very good start to the County Senior Hurling Championship final. 11 minutes played in the game so far, and Brian Murray to take the goal puck out, and the goal away to our left hand side. Strikes it long towards the 65. It's well gathered by Patrickswell. Hurley broken of Paul O'Grady. Paul O'Reilly has it now, sends it inside, looking to find Barry Foley. Foley under a bit of pressure, dispossessed, and away come Bruree with it now, and there with it is Emmett Morrissey on the halfway line. Morrissey lays it back towards Desi Linehan, who plays the ball inside towards Stephen O'Halloran. O'Halloran under pressure from Michael Foley. Foley does well to play it across on the far side of the field. Foley has it 21 yards out, 13 yards out, but dispossessed, and Tommy O'Brien. O'Brien across the centre. Here's a chance now for Gerard O'Brien. 21 yards out from goal, under pressure. The ball is lost, and Kieran Carey comes away with it now. Kieran Carey towards Owen Foley. Foley on the 65-yard line. Strikes it long inside towards the opposite 21. It might beat everyone. It's gone to the right-hand side and wide. A pace of is very, very fast in the opening half so far. 3 points apiece the score. Patrickswell and Bruree deadlocked at 3 points apiece. A look at the stopwatch will tell us we've played 10 minutes, 12 minutes and 5 seconds played of the opening half so far. The goal puck out, sent down this near side. Owen Foley can't control it. Instead, it's Emmett Morrissey. Wins it for Bruree around the middle of the park. A battle on for possession of it. In goes John McDermott. McDermott for the well. Plays it off on the far side, but it's intercepted. Emmett Morrissey for Bruree was fouled, I think, as he was going through, is what Dennis Richardson is indicating. The referee is awarded a free. It's going in favour of Bruree and a chance for them to take the lead again. On the 65-yard line, James Vincent O'Brien just lays the ball towards referee Dennis Richardson, and Stephen O'Halloran is going to take this one. It's on the 65-yard line. Bruree, wind assisted in this opening half, have a golden opportunity to make it 4 points to 3. Stephen O'Halloran, the man playing it full forward, out on the 65-yard line at the minute. He's lining this one up, picks it and strikes it. It looks good from where I'm standing. That's between the posts. A point for Bruree, 4 to Bruree, 3 to Patrickswell. The score here at the Gaelic Grounds. And referee Dennis Richardson just trots out towards the 65, and Brian Murray is going to take the goal puck out and the goal away to our left-hand side. Here comes Brian Murray, trailing here, 4 points to 3. Brian Murray on the edge of his small square takes the goal puck out. You can't infringe outside the small square, of course. The goal puck out sent down this near side. Brendan Hogan wins it for Bruree under a bit of pressure near side of the field. A well though. In there is Ross Binnis. Plays the ball towards Paul O'Reilly, who pulled in it and intercepted by Shane Milan. Milan plays it forward inside, looking to find Stephen O'Halloran. It's Kieran Carey, the veteran centre back for Patrickswell, playing some brilliant hurling this year. Plays it towards his brother Paul under a bit of pressure. He's lost possession of it. In goes Kieran, plays it to Barry Foley. Foley 65 yards out from goal, still going. Barry Foley has support from Owen Foley, but has overcarried the slither, and the referee is awarded a free. The free is going in favour of Bruree. It's back midway between the 45 and the 65. Stephen O'Halloran might think about coming back to take this free. He's not. He's left it to Steve McDonough, and Steve McDonough is going to take this one. The captain of the Bruree side, midway between his own 45 and 65. He might go for the point. Steve McDonough, wind assisted, strikes it long, dropping in around the edge of the square. Who's winning possession of it? It's there. The shot goes in, saved by Murray. Back out for Michael Lane, but it not got to him. And instead it's the well, and Paul O'Reilly, near side of the field, clears it towards halfway. Up goes the hand of William O'D. O'D plays it out. That should be a ball to Bruree. It is a Bruree line ball. It last touched the boot of William O'D and has gone for a line ball in favour of Bruree. Down in front of us here, and William O'D has just got a tick for a shoulder in the back of Steve McDonough there. Line ball for Bruree down this near side. Emmett Morrissey going to take it on the halfway line. Emmett Morrissey on halfway strikes the ball long. It's well intercepted. Bruree, or the well, have it with Paul Carey. Carey 45 yards from his own goal, strikes it long. Steve McDonough, brilliant take by McDonough on the 45, across on the far side, tries to find Desi Linehan, might beat him, go over the line, it won't. Desi Linehan does well, keeps it in play on the 65, strikes it long inside towards Stephen O'Halloran. Out comes Brian Murray, watches it trail to the right hand side and wide. Another wide for Bruree. A look at the scoreboard will tell us Bruree lead the well, 4 points to 3. 15 minutes played in the opening half. We're midway through the opening half here, as the goal puck out from Brian Murray in the goal away to our left hand side. The Innes Road goal. Here comes Brian Murray, takes the goal puck out, goes long towards the opposite 65. A brilliant puck out, might find Barry Foley. It does find Barry Foley on the 45. Foley strikes it in. Is that the leveller? It's not. It's gone left and wide on the Innes, or the town goal as we look at it here. Left and wide. 4 to the well, 3 to Bruree. Still the score here in the Live 95 FM sponsored County Senior Hurling Final for 2006. The goal puck out from Daniel Lane away to our left. Goes long towards the 45-yard line. Looking to win it is Ross Binnis back there, the cornerback for Patrickswell. Binnis plays it long towards halfway, and there to gather it is Barry Foley. Foley a couple in from the far stand sideline. Barry Foley strikes it across near side of the field. Barry Foley seems to be playing not in corner forward. The ball is sent down this near side. Edward Geary looks to win possession of it. has it for the Well, strikes it across the centre. Danger here as the ball breaks 21 yards out from goal. It's Timmy Sheehan that has it 21 yards out. Timmy turns, strikes, brilliantly blocked down by Bruree, and away they come with it with Kieran O'Rourke. The man who made the block down comes towards the 45 and clears it, and just listen to the crowd as the Well win it around the middle of the park. Paul O'Grady it is that has it under pressure, loses possession of it, and Emmett Morrissey plays it down this near side of the field. Morrissey towards Michael Lane. Lane has it midway between the 65 and the 45 on towards the 45. Patrickswell are in a battle. John McDermott is back there. It's Pat Earls who wins possession of it. The brilliant block by Bruree. The ball breaks out around the middle of the park. Who's winning it? The answer is Bruree, and Emmett Morrissey midway between the 45 and the 65 strikes it in, but to the right and wide. Well, what a game. It's been a brilliant start, a thrilling start to the game. 4 points to 3. Bruree lead Patrickswell in the opening half of the County Senior Football Championship. There's a dog running along the sideline, and I think I know that dog from somewhere. Wasn't he the dog that was here when Limerick played Kerry all those years ago? And well, he's back again today. Patrickswell and Brian Murray take the goal puck out away to our left hand side, forward towards John McDermott. Doesn't break to him, instead it's James Charles O'Brien, sends it down this near side. Might beat everyone, it won't. It's kept in play by Michael Lane, 13 yards out from goal. He still has possession of it, very close towards the in-line. A couple in from the sideline, gets past his man Pat Earls, still going through. Advantage being played here for Michael Lane. The shot goes in, and a point for Bruree. There's no doubt, but the vast majority of the crowd here are supporting the blue and whites of Bruree, looking for their first senior hurling title in 113 years, believe it or believe it not, since Bruree last won the County Senior Hurling Championship. Brian Murray with the goal puck out, away to our left hand side, forward towards the 65. Brilliant catch by Barry Foley. Foley dispossessed, and the Bruree come away with it with Desi Linehan. Linehan launches it inside towards the full forward. Who's going to win it? The answer is Michael Lane. A point just a couple of seconds ago. Michael Lane under a bit of pressure, 21 yards out, strikes it into the hand of Brian Murray. Two Bruree people against him, lays it off towards Ross Binnis. Binnis gathers it and strikes it near side of the field, out over the line. Line ball for Bruree. Injury across on the far side to Barry Foley, the captain of Patrickswell. He's down just inside the 65-yard line, and Barry Foley, Dennis Richardson now sees it as well, that Barry Foley is down, receiving a bit of treatment to the shoulder, I think. He's back to his feet though again, and play will resume with a line ball right in front of us to be taken by Emmett Morrissey. We'll watch Barry Foley off camera, as it's definitely a shoulder injury to Barry Foley, but he's back on his feet. Emmett Morrissey takes the line ball, strikes it down this near side towards Michael Lane. Patrickswell warming up a substitute as Kieran Carey goes back, wins possession of it on the 21-yard line, one-handed, strikes it, breaks to Hurley. It's gone out of play. Line ball for Bruree, near side of the field, and Patrickswell were warming up a substitute. That substitute has returned, I think, to the bench, and play will resume with a line ball down this near side of the field. In fact, they've made a substitution. Patrickswell on is gone 24, that's Tony O'Brien, and off is gone the cornerback Pat Earls, has gone off the field of play. He might be injured. The line ball from Emmett Morrissey goes